That's what we need to do. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily, and you are at the home of the Forever Theater Kid. Happy spoopy season! Happy spooky skeletons and splitters up your spine. I got some little skeletons hanging here. It looks a little like hanging men. Sorry about it. Today we are doing a Tipsy Tales for Halloween. And today's musical drum roll, please. Little shop of horrors, don't stop. Little shop of horrors. Let's get real.
Listen.
So I am in my own little Audrey 2-ness right now. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of just digging this vibe all together. So if you would like to see this white girl get intoxicated and talk some musical theater and probably the socio-political climate that surrounds the show and who else knows, stay tuned. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all my socials. Make sure that you go to this picture in particular with this emoji, just so I can know that you came from this video. Gave that picture some love. So that would mean so much to me. But let's get on into it. Let's unpack, decode, summarize, and enjoy the musical that is Little Shop of Horrors. As always, Gabe is here. Gabe, you haven't shown yourself in a video in a very long time.
Well, that's not my place.
Just the man behind the curtain. Ready to crack that mofo right in front of this camera like you always do.
Like you always sometimes do.
Ooh, I'm drinking a blackberry one. I haven't tried this yet. Wait, taste test. White Claw, I swear to God, you better start sponsoring me. So, Little Shop of Horrors takes place in a time at a time. It's kind of the 50s, it's kind of not. Depends on what you want to do. At this little florist shop. I'm very burpy. My apologies. So we open with a threesome of these fabulous, the urchins. They're basically like our Greek chorus, and they're just like, welcome to our home. It's not the most aesthetic, but it's what we call home. And these ladies, these urchins, I think we could have any gender playing these urchins, as long as you got the pipes and the range. Hey, welcome. This is our space.
Crystal, Ronette, and chiffon. That's
a fabric. I love it. So, Crystal, Ronette, chiffon are like, you ready? Are you ready for this? Like, yeah, I bought tickets. I don't know if I know the show well enough.
Well, we set up all the equipment.
We did. So the urchins are introducing us to like all of our favorite characters. Seymour, who's this No, we don't see Seymour yet.
Yes, we do.
We see Seymour, who's this like schlubby guy that kind of reminds me of my brother. And sorry, don't watch my videos. And so we see him. He comes in and he's got a good heart, and he works in a florist shop. A flautist. And this floor shop, it's not in a great part of town, and they never have any business. And the old guy that runs it, Mr. Mushnick, is like, ah!
Direct quote.
I don't know why he's just thinking of this problem now, considering how long he's probably been open. He's like, why did I open a florist shop in here? You say this every day? Are you one of those old people that's like, God, I wish I was dead every single day? Like, and he's just frustrated because he's like, I keep getting all these plants and nobody's buying them. And everybody's like,
I think you're describing a scene that doesn't exist.
This is his backstory. Okay, so we got Mr. McGillicuddy.
Sure, not McGillicuddy.
I know.
Not McGavin. It's not anything.
McSurley.
I just told you it's not anything.
Can tell me then, dude.
Mushnick.
Okay.
Mushnick. So then we meet Audrey. She's a lady that is down on her luck. Well, let's admit, there's gonna be some content warnings here. Who doesn't have good taste in dudes? No, it's not her fault. The guy she's always with treat her like crap.
It's not victim blame. There's only shit guys in town.
There's only shit guys in town.
There's one good guy in this whole town, and his name is
Seymour. Mr. Mushnick's like, hey, Audrey, welcome. She's like, I'm sorry I'm late. And he's like, whoa. She's got a black eye. She doesn't even try to play. She's just like, yeah, I've got a shit boyfriend. You don't meet good guys here. And Mr. Mushnick's like, I don't know how to talk to ladies. I don't know how to talk to women about real issues. Meanwhile, we hear all this like rustling behind off stage, Greek style. We see Seymour going, everything's fine, Mr. Mushnick. We hear clanking and clamoring. And then we finally see him enter, and we see a little bit of like sexual tension between him and Audrey. Mr. Magushnik is like, listen, what's wrong with you?
Why are you acting so crazy?
It's because I'm trying to take care of this new plant.
Yeah,
oh, by the way, Mushnick treats Seymour like absolute trash. And Seymour was an orphan, and Mushnick basically like saw him like taking trash for food out of the bin. And he's like, hey, you, come live with me and work with me. I'm going to treat you like shit, but like I'm kind of your father figure. I don't know what real love is. This feels like love. I'm in. Mr. Magushnik is like, I'm gonna close the shop. We don't make any money. I'm closing the shop. And they're like, no, don't do that. And they're like, where'd you even get that plant? Like, well, funny you should tell. He's going to tell. He's going to tell. Thank you for going on that journey with me. He's just like, okay, it's a crazy story. Like, listen up. Everybody gather around, listen. Okay, so I got this fucking plant. This plant was like in a farmer's market. And he, I know what I'm gonna say. He's like, God, there's no fucking plants at all. There's no plants. This is Brooklyn. Why are there no plants?
It's also not in New York.
I know. I'm getting to it. Shh, get off of me. And then all of a sudden, isn't this wild? Did none of you see this? There was a solar eclipse, and everybody's like, I don't know what a solar eclipse is. And he's just like, well, it went dark for a second. There was no plant. It went undark, aka light, and then and there's plant. He took the plant home, and he's been trying to figure out how to feed this plant because it's like wilting and waning and dying and sucking, and he's just like, how do I feed you? The plant's just like super coy, and it's like, I'm not gonna tell you. I feel like I look like Rick Moranis these days. Anyway,
I don't know how to take that.
You like it.
You need to be wearing a red windbreaker and like a no logo baseball cap.
I'll be back. No. Rick Moranis is just like, listen, Seymour. No. Listen, plant. Oh, no, by the way, he names the plant. Audrey's like, what are you going to name the plant? And I'm like, you know what? I fucking love this chick because she understands the naming of plants and how it's important. Do I know the names of the plants around me at this moment? I know this is Tina. And Seymour goes, she's gonna be Audrey too because it's a beautiful name. And she's like, oh my God. And then she's just like, I gotta go on a date, not with you. She's basically Annie
That's an exact
Potts.
line.
Back to the story. Audrey 2 is some form of a Venus flytrap, i.e. like this. He cuts himself on a rose. He's like, these fucking roses. Audrey.
Exact quote from this.
Fucking roses. Audrey 2's just like, yummy. Oh my gosh, you opened! That's nuts! That's crazy! That's cool beans cool! What made you open? Is it the smell of blood that makes you, like, hot for Seymour? If 1 + 2 = 3, I guess I gotta give blood to thee. He squeezes a little bit of blood, like, into the plant. Because he's
Was
like,
that off the dome?
yeah. I tried Miracle Grow. The plant is like... The next day, the plant is bigger. And everybody's like, whoa, what the plant is big. Where did that come from? That's nuts. This is number 4.
After this, what was in the water?
Now, Magushnik comes in the shop and he's like, oh my God, this is crazy. Look at this plant. I gotta tell everybody. So he tells everyone. And he goes, you know what? This could be an attraction. It's crazy. It's amazing. It's Hollywood. It's movies. Audrey's like, oh my God, Seymour, that's really cool. I would be a great Audrey. Look at this hair.
You'd be a killer, Audrey.
I'd be a killer Audrey. So they make it an attraction, and it starts to bring in money. Seymour becomes like a local celebrity, and the urchins come back, and they're just like, you want to see the plant? Give me $1. I'll show you them. I'll show you where to go. The urchins are great. Living, thriving, surviving, doing everything they can. Audrey starts realizing that Seymour is like, it's kind of like the ideal man for her. Even if the outside world sees him as grubby and schlubby and flubby, she's just like, but he could be my hubby. And then she starts singing this beautiful song called Summer That's Green. Basically, literally a song singing about how the other side of the street has greener grass than my side of the street.
Holy shit. The other side of the fence, the grass is greener. Holy shit, you're smart, dude. I never even picked up on that.
I mean, if the glasses fit and the bangs are cute, get them. Have them. So Audrey's basically like, oh, Seymour, he's the type of guy for me, but I'm not the type of girl for him. And that's really upsetting because they'd be a wonderful pair. You want to go on a date with me? And she's like, oh, I can't. I got a date. You don't date a good guy. And she's just like, but it's the only guy I have. Meet the dickwad, dirtbag, scumbag, piece of pus.
'Cause I'm a dentist.
The dentist. I don't know if he has a name. If he has a name, I don't care. Don't you dare tell me his name.
It's a hell of a name. Oren Scrivello.
I'll go for the dentist. Is her boyfriend. So we got like the motorcycle hot guy, like coming on, being like, "Hey, I'm the dentist. Come on with me." If I fucking saw this dickwad talking to his lady like that, I would like to say that I would say something. He's first of all calling Audrey over, and she just like comes to him, thinks that she's always doing something wrong because he's always telling her she's doing something wrong. He's always correcting her when she speaks, saying she speaks at the wrong time, saying that she's stupid, and she always takes it in, and it makes me very upset because there's never a moment of redemption for her in the show that she's just like, you know what? I deserve better. From what I've seen, there hasn't been a redemption arc for Audrey for her to be like, oh, my self-worth is in myself, not in the ownership of a man.
Right. The best that show can do is say, hey, this guy gets eaten and dies horribly.
Yay! I haven't said it yet. I think people come to watch Tipsy Tales as an educational
instead of viewing the source material.
The dentist is just like, he sees that Seymour and Audrey have this thing going, and he's just like, I'm insecure about myself, hence why I'm an abusive man. I'm gonna end this. Hey, Seymour! Take your sweet little baby plant that's making lots of touristy money, and like, take it to another city. And did he say he's gonna leave me? And the only money that I've ever made with this plant business is with this crazy plant that's a tourist attraction, and people keep buying flowers upon flowers upon flowers upon flowers after they've seen this crazy plant. And now he's gonna leave me? No! How can I get him to stay? Ooh, you know what? Seymour has abandonment issues.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'll tell him I'm gonna adopt him, even though Seymour's like 30 years old. So he's just like, hey, what if we did Magushnik and Son be my son? And
Hey, what's his name?
Magushnik.
Further away.
Mushnik.
Oh, there it is.
Mushnik!
And there was much rejoicing.
Mushnik convinces Seymour to be his son. And Seymour's like really excited because he's never had, well, he may have had parents. We don't know. Did we know what happened to his parents? He was very excited to feel loved, right? Literally all Seymour wants is love and acceptance.
But what's the problem with feeding Audrey too?
Oh, right. The whole plot of the show.
The whole plot.
Seymour's hand is like covered in bandages because the only way sweet baby Audrey 2 thrives is with blood. One little pasty white boy only has so much blood, Gabriel. His whole hands are covered up in bandages because he keeps nicking himself. Just dropped little April bloodbath. And Audrey's like, starts going, feed me, Seymour! Wait, ready?
Feed me, Seymour.
Literally every time we have dinner at your parents' house, your dad goes, feed me! And then he sees the dentist being a dick to Audrey, and he gets a plan. He hashes a plan in his brain. I'm gonna kill the dentist. Is the world gonna be a worse place without the dentist in it? No. We're in the dentist office, and Seymour's like, oh my god, I got a cavity. Just take the plaque off my teeth. And the dentist is like, do you even know why I'm a dentist? 'Cause when I was a kid, I like to inflict pain upon things and on little animals. And like little Emily would have gone, fucking serial killer. And then my parents said, you know what? We gotta curb this need you have. Well, sadistic little dickwad. Be a dentist. And he's just like, okay. He looks into Seymour's teeth and he's just like, oh shit, root canal, all the things. And he's just like, oh, what? What? Because Seymour's just a naturally nervous individual. And then all of a sudden, he takes out a gun. And the dentist is just like... Hilarious. I inflict pain for a living. Like, you know what you know what you need? You need to chill out with a little bit of laughing gas. And so he brings out this, like, astronaut hat. And he puts it on him. He's like, listen, this doesn't make any sense. I, a dentist... I'm going to put this globe around your head with laughing gas, which isn't going to make you pass out. It's just going to make you giggle. And then I'll work on your teeth. And you can put your gun away and you'll feel good about it. But he's like, but hold up. Let me just get a little taste of this first. Because like, I gotta get a sweet taste of it. So he starts laughing hysterically. But if I don't take this off soon, like, I'm gonna run out of actual oxygen and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna suffocate. And Seymour's just like, oh, I don't need this gun. I'm just gonna let you do your thing. Which is terrifying in itself. He dies because he runs out of oxygen. He literally laughs himself to death. Goodbye. Is it sad that there is a death kind of on Seymour's hands? Yeah. In today's times, Good Samaritan law, that's probably what would have gotten him, because that's what got the people in Seinfeld. I didn't even need to shoot him. Now I can take this body to Audrey too.
Who has been subsisting entirely on droplets of blood until now.
Yeah.
And now gets a whole ass guy.
She gets a whole ass guy. He's just like, well, how am I gonna get this entire body to Audrey too? Chops him up.
Her arms are cut off. Her leg.
I can be candid about this because it's not a real human. This happens with real humans, with true psychopaths. He chops up the dentist and he brings all the pieces of the body to Audrey 2. And he's like, slide into your mouth. Audrey 2 goes, nom, grows like crazy overnight. She doesn't need feedings like every day. She needs feedings like every couple of weeks. She's like a snake. Fuck snakes. Curtain on Act 1.
Pee break.
Act 2.
Saying. Give me that.
Okay, Act 2 starts. The shop is wildin'. So many people want to buy plants and see Audrey 2. Hello. Can I put you on hold? Oh my God, this business is so great. Oh my God, I know. Our neighbors have never heard me do this show before.
I think our neighbors think about us less than you think they do.
I want to be loved.
Oh, rip it, baby!
Audrey 2 is thriving. She is like growing on the walls, and she's literally me right now. She's like, what's that?
It's like the premier attraction on the East
She's on the path to stardom. She applied for the Search for Roxy Hart, and she got the role. And Audrey 1, the real Audrey, is like, you know, Seymour, this suits you. Like, this fame and success, like, it's so good for you. And he's like, oh, thanks, that's so nice of you. Like, you're so cute. What? Oh, she's kind of pulling a little bit of a cho-chang. Like, she's just like, I just don't know what happened to my dentist boyfriend. Like, he just disappeared out of nowhere. And Seymour's like, what? That's crazy. I'm so sorry if you're hurting, but like, only for the better. But like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And she's like, I know, right? Is it weird that I feel kind of happy about it? And then I kind of love you? And he's like, what? She's like, I know. It's like, wait, no, I think you just kind of love me because of my success. And she's like, no, I've secretly loved you all along, but I just haven't felt like I'm good enough. She's like, hey, you want to like go on a real date with me? And she's just like, yeah, bitch. Ian McGregor inside the florist is like,
Who?
what? Gustafson. Mr.
Well, you've lost.
Mr. Gustafson. Mush maker. No,
You're
it's Mush.
so-
Mushtenstein. I don't know.
This
You know what? It's weird. You know what's real weird? I've been called into the police station because apparently someone was in the dentist office before he disappeared, and one of our cards was there. Didn't you go to the dentist last night? Oh, and by the way, I keep seeing little blood droplets, little droplets of red on the ground. Curious! And I just saw you and Audrey canoodling.
Ah!
and by the way, isn't this the dentist's clothes and they're covered in blood? Maybe if you like look inside the plant, you'll find your answer. And he's just like, in here? And he's like, yeah, it's just like, just look in there.
Halloween green mother from outer space. Get me. Find me.
And so then the plant is like, feed me. Feed me. Eats McAllister. And Seymour like collapses because he's like, that was my dad. I don't know if we legally became adopted, but like that was my dad. And Seymour's just like, I'm gonna kill the plant because he killed my dad. Like, but will Audrey even love me if I don't have the plant? Because maybe she doesn't love me for the real me. Game off camera.
No.
I'm frying. Feed me,
Seymour.
Dad's dead. Seymour's sad. So Mushnik's eaten. He's gone. He's gone.
He's it.
He's eaten. And a couple weeks go by because I don't think you have to feed the plant every day. Although Audrey too is like,
Feed me, Seymour.
she wants more and more food in closer intervals. And Seymour's like, I don't know other people to kill. I don't know any more peeps. I know 5 technically with the urchins, but like they're queens. Like I'm not touching them. Seymour is like gaining more and more fame because this plant has not stopped growing. And he's just like, God, fame feels good. And Audrey's just like, what happened to Mushnik? Don't worry about it. And he's like, you know what, Audrey, like you should just go home, go to sleep, take a nap, come back tomorrow, and we'll like figure out, like, you know, we're gonna leave this place. Listen. Times Magazine called. I got a big deal coming where I can host an HGTV with Paige Davis show tomorrow. Like, that's gonna be my future. It's not gonna be in this plant shop with you, Audrey, too. All I need is one more photo shoot with you and Life Magazine, and then I'm done with you, and then I'm killing you, and then you're gone. And Audrey's just like, no, hell hath no scorn, like a woman scorn. He goes like outside to have a smoke break. I don't know where Seymour goes, but Audrey, she comes onto stage and she comes into the scene. She's just like, I had a bad dream. Seymour, are you here? Are you okay? I love you so much. By the way, the two of them have professed each other's love for each other. So they're like, we're gonna run away together. She comes to check on Seymour, her love, her light, her Seymour. Oh my gosh, Audrey too. Why you look at me like that?
I need water.
And she's like, get out of here. Toss, stop it. I've never heard you talk before. That's wild that you talk. We haven't even spoken about this. Like, what, you talk? And I was just like, I guess I could just like give you a little bit of water. Like, I guess that wouldn't be so wild. So she goes and she waters her. And all of a sudden, Audrey, she starts like, falls into Audrey too. And Seymour runs in right as like her legs are like sprawling, just like about to be eaten. And he pulls her out. And she has so many arteries that are just bursting with blood.
Damn, Emily.
She's
Fuck,
dying.
dude.
She's got so much internal bleeding happening.
Dude.
Such a little fall of rain moment. Dies in his arms. Die! And so she dies in what's his name's arms.
Seymour.
Seymour's crying so much. All of a sudden, this guy comes in. He's just like, hey, I love your plant. I've heard lots of shit about it. I want plant clippings so every home in America can have their own Audrey too. And Seymour's just like, number 1, we're closed. Number 2, he looks at Audrey too, and he's like, this was your whole plan the whole time. You were a little alien, and you wanted to be put into the homes of all America to eat all the humans. Yes! That was my plan! And so he's just like, I have to kill you. So he tries to kill the plant with a gun, with a machete, with poison. Poison! Nothing works.
Girl, I must
warn you. And then all of a sudden, Audrey 2 eats him. And he's like, whatever. I'm over it. Seymour's dead. And so then the guy comes in. He's like, oh, where'd that Seymour guy go? Wild. I'm just going to make a couple of BB clippings. And so we're led to believe that the next thing that would have happened in the world was that all the clippings went out to all the different, it got propagated. And it goes throughout all of America. all along, Audrey 2 was an alien. Not a plant, but an alien. A mean green motherfucker from outer space that decided to take over the world through her little baby plant clippings. In the audiences of the theater, we see all these plants like growing out of nowhere. It becomes Jumanji, like where we live right now. And we're led to believe that Audrey 2 has taken over the entire world. Everyone dies.
That's literally the end of the show. Not just everyone in the show dies, everyone in the whole world dies.
Everyone in the entire world dies. So that's the end of Little Shop of Horrors. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's it, friends. Thank you so much for watching my Tipsy Tales of Little Shop of Horrors. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed all my little Audrey 2s around me at the same time. I feel like my night is not done yet. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to see more of me, make sure that you hit that little subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so that you see all the notifications when I give you little notifications. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure that you go to this video and give this... No, make sure you go to this picture and give this video love with a little bit of these emojis so I know that you came from this video. And I'll see you on my next one. Goodbye. Thank you. Bye. You want truffle fries?
Emily.
Classic Canadian poutine.
Well, definitely don't get poutine. It's going to be covered in gravy. It's going to be so cold and...
I ordered them.
Just a joke, you broke.